plane, even if he's taking a personal trip. But it seems pretty clear to the whole world that that was a personal recreational trip when he went out to see his beloved American Olympic hockey team play. And we saw him chugging the beers and partying with the boys. As he said, he should pay for that trip. He's talking about grounding an airplane the FBI director used on official business for $15,000. That trip to Milan cost more than $100,000. So we want to make sure that he has written a check to the taxpayers to reimburse us for that, because we don't pay for VIP snorkeling. We don't pay for jet skiing. We're not paying for luxury travel. That's not what we're in it for. And it's obviously a massive diversion and distraction from the real work of the FBI.
And has Director Patel offered Senator Grassley, to your knowledge, any proof of reimbursement for private use of FBI aircraft?
No, we are aware of no proof or documentation of reimbursement on any of these cases. And we know that Senator Grassley has asked for it, and we're asking for it too. So we now have bipartisan and bicameral determination to get to the bottom of what's happening over there, including on the purchase of the BMWs.
I also want to ask you about one of your constituents, the former Olympian David Hearn. He appeared in court today. He's facing a felony charge with allegedly vandalizing the reflecting pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial, which has obviously become one of the president's projects as he seeks to renovate the nation's capital. He denies he had done anything wrong. I'm wondering what your reaction to the case is.
Well, first of all, I know David Hearn. He is an upstanding citizen. He is a great guy. He was an Olympic canoeist. He has taught canoeing and kayaking to generations of young people in Montgomery County, Maryland. He would never desecrate or post graffiti or engage in vandalism towards a federal building, whether it's the Kennedy Center or the reflecting pool. He would never demolish hundreds of millions of dollars of material at the White House without congressional consent. And he's being swept up in an absolute Kafkaesque and Orwellian prosecution where he apparently, I'm just going on public reports now, he apparently touched some of the peeling paint. He didn't even rip it off or anything, but he touched it when he stopped there on his bike and then suddenly was the subject of an arrest. And now they're accusing him of creating more than $1,000 worth of damage. So while, we're watching corruption unfold, including at the FBI, including at the White House, for millions or hundreds of millions of dollars, they are attacking and prosecuting one of my constituents for basically the act of putting his hand in the water at the reflecting pool, which my constituents are now calling the Strait of Warm Ooze, after the millions of dollars that Donald Trump wasted in turning it into an algae farm.
Congressman Raskin, I appreciate your time tonight. Thank you. Up next, we go to the Democratic Senate race in Maine. Now that Graham Plattner has announced he's suspending his campaign, has not dropped out yet. Plus, a family seeking answers after ICE fatally shot a man in Texas.